Welcome into the Beat Sessions. I'm your host, Mitchell Weary. We're looking at the brand new record from DZ Deathrays entitled Positive Rising Part 2. They put that out on July 9th. This is the fifth album from the Australian trio, their follow-up to 2019's Positive Rising Part 1. Great origin story with this band if you're not familiar with them. They started off committed to only playing house parties when this project first began. They had grand ambitions to, keep this thing down to earth and real, and that just was never bound to happen. These guys have an incredibly infectious style of songwriting, style of music. I would say the lead genre term that most people use is dance punk, but there's so much more going on here. And before you knew it, they were opening for bands like Rat Tat Tat, ranging over here to the Foo Fighters, which again speaks to the number of things that are going on with them musically. If you want to look at this new record, it's a little heavier than anything that they've done before, so we'll get into that in a moment. But as far as bands that have put out material, it's kind of similar this year. You can look at the new record from Death from Above, 1979, or the new album from Royal Blood, both kind of in the similar vein there. But some of those softer elements too. You can think of the Killers, Rat Tat Tat, Muse, the Stone Roses. There's a number of different bands that you can certainly hear a very strong influence on their sound and throughout their catalog. But on this particular record, I'm loving. There's a heavy influence from 90s alternative bands. Think of Local H, think of Sponge, Cracker, bands of that nature. You get kind of that like rough punk vocal, bit of that riff heavy influence, but kind of a catchy pop element there to it. I mean, I absolutely loved 90s alternative rock for that reason. And there's a lot of songs on this record that have that feel. Talk about it feeling a little heavier as well, lyrically, musically. There's a lot of dark, lyrical content on this record, and then just some like heavy punk style riffs that get a little darker and a little heavier than some of the stuff that they've done in the past. This thing opens up with a song called Skeleton Key, which is kind of interesting. It's got this just this big throbbing chugging riff and this light airy chorus. It's a great song. It's a tad bit underwhelming, honestly, for an opener, and especially as the way this record plays out. I think as you move from start to finish, this thing just gets better and better and better. I would certainly argue that the B side of this record is certainly more fun. I don't know if it's better, but the first half you're getting songs like Fear the Anchor and Kerosene, great hooks, great melodies. You get some of this heavy punk influence. A little bit of the Ramones, even some of that older stuff like Descendants, almost really enjoying that in there. But then, a song like All or Nothing and Fired Up, definitely have more of a pop feel there. But you flip this thing over, halfway through this thing is a song called Riff City, by the way, which is absolutely an excellent segue into the second half of this record. It is exactly what it says. It's just Riff City for maybe about 45 seconds or a minute, just a cool little a segue track. But really liking the character, the difference in all the tracks, honestly, on the back half of the record. There's this song called Golden Retriever that has this Pixies feel. It's kind of a jilted lover song, definitely feeling that. Swept Up, I mean, they're just going with this slow, groovy blues feel on this track. I mean, it's like they've thrown everything just into the wind as far as their style and what they've done in the past. I feel like with this song, it is really cool. Just this big riff. Swept Up, the song we just mentioned there, leads into Run the Red, which has got an amazing riff, great hook, and then Positive Rising closes this thing out. Kind of has this kind of big Muse feel, which feels appropriate for an album closer. But again, I just feel that all these songs on the back half of this record have so much more character than the first half. I kind of like this new feel that they're exploring with the record, but it's cool that, if you're looking for some of that old flavor, you do get hints of it certainly in the first half of the record. I think this thing is really balanced out. It's got great continuity. It's a lot of fun to listen to. And if you're going to vinyl please it like me, you can find it on this filthy splattered vinyl. Look at that thing. That is absolutely amazing. Ooh, I'm absolutely loving it. But we're going to vinyl please this thing. As we've said, really enjoyed this record. I hope you do as well. Hope you find this review helpful. Also, please like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel. Live show will be back on September 12th. Take care in the meantime. Thanks for tuning into the Beat Sessions. We'll see you later.